What up, Influxers? Let's talk about clients who ask you to copy what the other guys did. Hey, let's just do what they did, because I'm sure you had those type of clients. I had those type of clients. I still actually have those type of clients, so it's very, very common. Let's talk about that. So the first thing I want to say is what's not copying, because a lot of people, and it's very actually useful, take inspiration or use references to communicate the direction they want to go with. So let's do something around that area. It's really useful around illustration, and I showed you in videos how I use that with my clients. But that's not really copying. That's just saying, hey, here's an idea that we want, that we like. Let's build on that and do something of our own. So that's very, very legitimate, and everybody does that. It's very useful. But there are two types of actually copying. One of them is okay and one of them is not okay. The first one is around user experience, and I've mentioned this in the past as well. Sometimes there are innovations in user experience that make something really much more efficient and comfortable. One example of that was Instagram, Snapchat coming up with stories, and Facebook, Instagram, everybody stole it because it was such an efficient and cool way to communicate. People just loved it that it would actually be very, very silly not to use it. It would be kind of a crime against their users not to bring them this great experience just because, somebody else came up with the idea. So if you have, a checkout page and it's not very efficient with like tons of fields and everything, and somebody else came up with an approach that is much more efficient, much more easy to use, you're actually obliged to go with the better design, because it's better for your customers at the end of it. So I think this is totally legit. The one type of copying where it's not legit is when you're trying to copy and you're literally just taking away somebody else's creative idea. So it can be around branding or some kind of really illustration or the way that they explain something. So just copying and using it as your own, that's not okay, even though I still get those requests often, like, hey, look how they explain their product, we do what they do, so let's just copy how they explain it, or do exactly the same. Hey, let's copy the exact format of their landing page and do that for ourselves. This, I think, is, first of all, it's not legit, like it's not ethical, I think, but in general, I just think that when you're stealing somebody else's idea, you have no idea if it works, you have no idea why they designed it the way they designed it, and so you're just taking kind of the end result without really understanding why you are using it and why you came up with those solutions, and so you're not doing a good service, to your client. And again, this happened to me a lot, even very recently. And sometimes I do that just because, I'm already working on this project. This is what you want me to do. Okay, I do that. But if I always explain why I think this is a horrible idea, why this is not the way to get good results, and if they insist on doing this and I'm doing this just because I'm already committed to work with them, then it might be the start of the end of our relationship, because this is not the type of clients and project that I want to work on. And it's kind of obvious because I told them I don't think it's the way to go, and you're forcing me to do something that I don't think is the way to go, then we're probably not going to be working together for long. Anyway, if I do understand that this is what the client wants before we get started working together, they're probably not going to end up being my client in general. So anyway, that's what I think about stealing ideas. Do it when it serves everybody, and don't do it when it's just the wrong thing to do. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'll catch you tomorrow.